Welcome to Make Sylacauga Healthy Again. I'm your host, Dr. Jonathan Douglas of Broadway Spinal Care. Today I had an entire show put together on gratitude and how gratitude is one of the greatest things you can do for health. But we had an incident happen yesterday, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and I talked to a lot of people yesterday afternoon who were really enraged about this situation. And so I was thinking a lot about how we seem to live in two different worlds. We have a world of people who are grateful and work really hard in the community to create really good things. And then we seem to be in a world where we have another side that just tears all of that apart. I'm just going to talk a little bit today, not going to talk very long. It's going to be a little shorter show than normal because it's a heavy topic, I think. But let's stay tuned and talk about finding ways to fix the problem and not just be mad about the problem. There's a famous speech by Martin Luther King where he says, "How long, not long." And if you've never seen that, you should go on YouTube and look it up. But he's talking about a very divisive time, and he's in Selma, Alabama, and how divided the world seems to be, and how despondent people are about having two different sides that seem to always be at odds. And it's funny that we feel different now, but it's probably always been the same. It kind of ebbs and flows. But his question to his congregation that day basically is, how long, not long? So they're asking, how long do they have to put up with this? And he says, not long. But the thing about the not long is that not long requires people to go from being enraged to being engaged. So if you're sitting there mad today and you've been watching the news and you can't believe how this happened, then maybe you can think about how we have a community where people are not engaged like they used to be. Do you know your neighbors? What have you done recently to help the community? Most people come home and live their little lives, and that's fine. But if we're going to create a community that we really want, it requires people being out and doing things to make the community better, often not for pay, just because we're grateful to have a community that we have, and we'd definitely be grateful if we had a much better community. So my call today is not to be enraged, but why don't we find purpose in this? Charlie Kirk certainly had purpose. He developed something that mentored children and encouraged them to learn high ethics and high morals and learn life skills and learn how to get along together. And being mad about this is not going to carry on his mission. His mission, whether you believe in all the things that he believed in, doesn't even matter. I don't know how anyone could disagree that developing better youth who love the community more could ever really be a problem. So today let's talk about how long, not long, but the not long is only if we all become engaged and we all start caring in a way that's very, very different. Tara and I are out in the community all the time doing things, trying to help, and people say, oh my gosh, y'all are such do-gooders. We are do-gooders, and I'm really proud of that being a do-gooder situation. Charlie Kirk was a do-gooder, and you see where that took him. And it only took him to that spot because there's so many other people out there that aren't doing good. Let's not allow that anymore. Let's all become do-gooders. There's so much purpose to be found. There's nothing to do for kids. We hear that all the time. Well, then create something for kids. Find a way to help with kids. It's not someone else's problem. It's all of our problems. Let's find some way to become more engaged where we no longer have to ask that question, how long, not long? Let's get on it today. We'll see you next time.